Hi, and welcome to Scenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
Have you ever stood in the supplement aisle just staring at a wall of SAMe bottles and felt completely lost? You know the feeling. Well, this explainer is going to cut right through all that noise and give you the confidence to make a really smart choice. It really is. You're looking for something to support your mood, your joints, or your liver, but you're just hit with this sea of different labels, dosages, and brands. The real question is, how do you know which one is actually going to work? So here's our game plan. First, we'll quickly cover what SAMe even is. Then we'll get into why quality is, without a doubt, the most important factor. After that, we'll build a super practical buyer's checklist, take a peek at a few top brands, and finally wrap up with how to use it safely. Let's start right at the beginning. Before we can even think about picking the right bottle, we have to know what's supposed to be in it. So what in the world is SAMe? Okay, so SAMe, or S-Adenosylmethionine, which is a mouthful, I know, is a compound your body actually makes all on its own. Its main gig is a process called methylation, and you can think of that as a fundamental switch for countless things in your body, like creating the neurotransmitters that keep your mood balanced or maintaining the cartilage that cushions your joints. And that leads us directly to why people seek it out. The three big reasons are right here: supporting mood balance, promoting joint comfort, especially when it comes to things like osteoarthritis, stiffness, and helping out the liver's natural detox processes. All right, I really want you to tune in for this part because this is, hands down, the most important section. You could buy 2 bottles of SAM that look almost identical, but one might be a game changer while the other does absolutely nothing. Quality isn't just a minor detail, it's everything. Here's the difference in a nutshell. An effective supplement, the one on the left, uses the NS isomer. That's just the fancy name for the form your body can actually use. It's also protected by an enteric coating to get past your stomach acid, and it's kept stable in good packaging. The ineffective stuff is probably degraded, gets totally destroyed in your stomach, or just plain goes bad in a cheap bottle. One works, the other is just a waste of your money. So, how do you make sure you're getting the good stuff? Well, let's build a toolkit. This is your practical, no-nonsense checklist for making a smart decision whether you're shopping online or right there in the store. We're going to break this down into 3 core pillars. First, we have formulation and dosage. That's what's actually in the tablet. Second is packaging and stability, which is all about how it's protected. And third, cost and value. What are you really getting for your dollar?
Before we dive into those pillars, I want you to lock this number into your brain: 400 milligrams. Just think of this as the standard unit. It's the most common dose you'll find in a single tablet, and it's the building block you'll use to compare prices and plan out your daily intake.
Okay, pillar 1, formulation. On the label, you absolutely have to look for the words enteric coated. This is non-negotiable. It's like a little protective shield that gets the SAMe past your stomach acid. Also check for that SS isomer we talked about, the active form. And just keep in mind that a typical dose is usually between 800 and 1600 milligrams a day, split in 2. Now for pillar 2, packaging. And honestly, this might be the most overlooked, yet critical detail of all. See, SAMe is an incredibly unstable molecule. Heat and moisture are its mortal enemies. That's why blister packs are the gold standard. They seal each tablet away from the elements. If it's not in a blister pack, then an opaque bottle or something that says nitrogen flushed are also good signs that the company cares about stability. And finally, pillar 3, cost. You're going to see prices all over the map, from less than 50 cents to over $2 for a single 400 milligram tablet. A super low price can actually be a red flag for shoddy packaging or a less stable product. The key here is to think about value. Paying a little more for a stable, blister-packed product is a much, much better investment. All right, now that we have our checklist, let's put it into practice. We'll take a quick look at how 3 popular brands measure up in the real world. Okay, so let's check out these 3. You've got Nature's Trove, which checks a lot of boxes: high-quality SS isomer, good packaging, but you can see it's on the pricier side. Then there's Doctor's Best, a really popular one that's enteric coated, though some people say it takes a bit longer to notice mood benefits. And Life Extension is often recommended for joint support, but just be aware that some people get a little digestive upset when they first start. See? This is exactly how you use the checklist to weigh the pros and cons for yourself. So we figured out how to choose a quality supplement. But that's only half the battle. Now we need to talk about how to use it safely and smartly. This is just as important as picking the right bottle off the shelf. First off, let's set some expectations. Some people do experience mild side effects. We're usually talking about things like an upset stomach, a bit of nausea, or maybe headaches. A little less common, but still possible, is a feeling of increased anxiety. The good news is, these are usually temporary and manageable. Now please listen very carefully to this because this is the single most important safety warning. Because SAMe works on neurotransmitters, it can affect mood. So for anyone with bipolar disorder, it is absolutely essential that you only use SAMe under the close supervision of a doctor. That is critical to avoid any risk of destabilizing your mood. To help minimize side effects for anyone, the best strategy is simply this: start low and go slow. Begin with just one 400 milligram tablet a day for about a week. If that feels fine, then you can bump it up to 400 milligrams twice a day. Splitting the dose like this is a fantastic way to reduce the chances of feeling nauseous. And one final piece of advice: be patient. This stuff isn't an overnight fix. While some people might feel a difference in a couple of weeks, it can take up to 2 months for the full effects on your mood or joints to really become clear. So, consistency is everything. So after all of that, from molecules and packaging to dosing strategies, we land right back at our original question. What's the right choice? And the answer is, there is no single best brand for everyone. The best supplement is a high-quality product that actually works, one that fits your health goals, and one that you use safely and consistently. Use this checklist as your guide, talk it over with your doctor, and you'll be able to make a choice that is truly the right one for you.
Thank you for watching Scenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit